Well folks, thank you for clicking on the video. It's that time of year when I start a new build. In fact, someone that lives local to me has built this. He built this many years ago, he never completed it. So I've thought, well, you know, I've built a lot of shelters in the past. I've built a roundhouse, I've built a Viking house, I've built underground, overground, all sorts of structures in the woods. But I never really use a tape measure, power tools or anything. I just use an axe and a saw. This is gonna be a slightly different project. Hear me out. I want to combine my traditional builds, which I've done in the past, the primitive builds, with something a bit more up to date. I want to get hay bales, a cob mix, thatch the roof, maybe do a little mezzanine up there, a little window down here, as we're gonna have the raised floor, maybe ½ meter off the ground, maybe a porch going all the way around, and the thatch come down like that and then slightly out. That is my plan for this. I want it to be a bit of a primitive slash modern eco build. But what I really want to get across in this video, in this series, in this whole project, is how you can do this yourself for fairly cheap. So I'm going to be documenting how much money I'm spending, how many things I'm getting for free, and how many things I even have to work for or trade for in order to get what I need to build this. We're kind of going back hundreds of years ago where you do someone a favor and they help you out with a product, or they help you out on your farm, something like that. So that is the plan for this. What do you want to see me do here? What would you do? Bear in mind, I do want to put in a bed somewhere, maybe rainwater collection, I don't know. I want this to be a bit of a primitive slash modern, eco-friendly, environmentally sustainable building. Maybe some solar panels, I don't know. I'm buzzing. I've got this new project, it's a shell, I need to fill it in. If you were me right here about to do this, what would you do? What do you want to see me do? Should I put a fireplace in? Should I put a bit of a swing out there, you know, like a bit of a ranch swing? I don't know. Please throw comment suggestions. What would you do if you were me right here looking at this, about to build it? What would you do? Please comment below. So what I want to do now is have a good look at the structure. Does anything need replacing? Is anything rotten? And is anything gonna fall on my head if and when I do thatch the roof? That's if I thatch the roof. Would you thatch the roof? Would you green turf it? Let me know in the comments. So these bits are quite rotten. They've been bolted in. Looks like they've got some really long screws in there. So they've been screwed in. They're extremely crumbly, quite rotten. So I think in order to get rid of all of this, I'm gonna have to replace those. So I don't think these are going to need replacing because they are pretty solid, they're in the ground, they're not rotten. It's the roof that is the issue. Now you can see some of these beams, I believe they're oak. Who knows how long they've been there, but they're not looking too good. It's probably because they're out in the open, they're open to the sun, the wind, the rain, whatever the weather throws at them. They're not looking too good. Ideally, you'd want these up there and then thatched over, because otherwise they're just gonna rot and deteriorate like they have done here. So one thing I'll have to do is go and find more wood. I believe I'll have to use oak or lengths of ash, and then using one of those shaving knives, take off all the bark, secure that to the roof. Do I replace all of these, or do I just leave them and improve it by adding more to it? I'm starting to think I leave it and I just add to it, because that's what I'm thinking. What would you do? Right, so that's the roof. Again, we're gonna have a mezzanine inside and then like a little window sticking out. I think this is gonna look so good and so cozy. Now, for the wall, I mentioned hay bales. But if I put the hay bales inside of the frame, it's gonna reduce my area quite a lot. I'm gonna lose maybe a meter of the diameter inside. So I'm thinking about putting the hay bales on the outside. Having hay bales going all around the outside of it will mean that we'll have a nice interior look of this wood. Well, we'll be able to see the wood, so it'll give a good feature. It'll give us more room inside, and then the plan is to build this wall all the way up, to maybe cut a window or two. Now this is where I want to try and do this for cheap. I want to try and go to a tip or a recycling dump or something like that, or even go online and try and find free things to use. Look, people are always renovating houses. They're throwing away coffee tables, sofas, chairs, and even windows. The windows are what I'm really after. Those windows I'm gonna get for free and put them in. Every episode, at the end of every episode, I'm gonna be totaling up and showing you exactly what money I've spent on everything. To be totally open with you guys, to show you how you could do this for cheap. If you shop around, if you take your time and you look for cheap or free things, you can do exactly what I'm about to do. Yes, I do want to put a wood stove in it. Not a wood stove, an open fireplace, which will come through the wall and up. I'm expecting to pay for the chimney stacks, which will come out and go up. Basically, they're like clay pipe sections that stack onto each other. That's the only thing I can think of, is one of the things that I need to pay for or purchase. So yeah, fire coming out there, roof on, 2 levels, outside here. So the plan now is to have a bit of a decking area going around. And that decking area, well, you could call it a porch. That would come out about 1 meter all the way around here. Now with the thatch, as the roof has got quite a steep pitch on it, that will allow the rainwater to run off perfectly. But the plan is to kind of build it coming out a bit so that you can sit here on your porch and the roof comes out and the rain drips off. That is the plan. You know what? I'm really excited about this. I've not been on YouTube in maybe 3 or 4 weeks. I can't wait to crack on with this and give you guys a weekly episode. I'm hoping it's going to take me maybe 8 to 10 episodes. So expect lots of shots of horses. By the way, I'm on a ranch here. It's almost non-existent in England for you to go to a ranch, for anyone to own a ranch. It's kind of a thing that you have on the other side of the pond, America and Canada, that kind of area. Over here, not really, no. However, this is a ranch, and I'm going to introduce someone later on, maybe 5 or 6 episodes time, who's an actual cowboy. A real legend, such a character. I can't wait for him to enter the script. Right, let's go and have a look at the horses. So there's a few horses here. This one, I've no idea what it's called. And then there's 2 more horses in this field. 2, I think they're white horses, I'm not sure. I'm not very good when it comes to horses. In fact, I'm always a bit worried that they're gonna kick me. But that's a natural instinct that us humans have when we're near big animals that could overpower us. Oop, even she's scared. Hey, hello mate. Whoa. 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 Hey, at least I'm not the only one that's scared of horses. So there's a few examples on this ranch of, whoa, what's going on there? There's a few examples of structures with thatch, and this is exactly what I would like to do. Nice thick layer of thatch going all around the roof. I've got a feeling I'm going to constantly be looking over my shoulder, making sure I'm not getting kicked by one of these things. We'll see how that goes. And then there's this, another structure right here on the ranch. Shingled roof on what looks like an ash frame. So yeah, that is another option, to make shingle tiles and put them on the roof. And the purpose of this, I'm not really sure, but I don't know, maybe for keeping grass dry or whatever it is the horses eat. I have no idea. And check this huge, huge oak tree. This oak tree has got to be 3 meters wide. Massive, massive, massive tree. How old is a 3 meter wide oak tree? What do you think? 100 years? 500 years? Or 1,000 years? How old do you reckon this is? I would love to know. If anyone knows anything about trees, about how to just age them by looking at them, it's 3 meters wide. Let me know in the comments. So folks, that's the plan for my timber frame structure. I've got a rough idea of what I want to do, but I need your help, your suggestions, your comments to tell me what I could do or what I could improve on when it comes to my ideas I already have. Please stay tuned, follow the whole project, the whole series. There's going to be about 10 episodes. Make sure you hit the red button, make sure you're subscribed, check out the weekly videos for the progress. See you in episode 1. Goodbye.